Today, I learnt a very, very important thing from Sadhguru. He has differentiated the epics from our scriptures. Now, this I feel is very, very important for all our Indian educated and secularists and so-called intellectuals. Why I feel it is very important is because we have got to differentiate between epics and scriptures. Scriptures like they are telling what to do and what should not do, and epics are not telling what to do and what you shouldn't do. Epics are the history books, like they're telling what happened. Okay, now I've seen many intellectuals getting confused with these history and the scriptures. Even Westerners also. They looked at Ramayana, Mahabharata as not history or what happened. They were calling them mythology, which is absolutely wrong. And even today we have accepted it. It is really, it's our unfortunate acceptance. Like, for example, people are not telling the Mahabharata is right or wrong. What people are telling is that Mahabharata has happened, is history. Okay, there are some good people, there are some bad people, and then you can take the way you want to take it. You may say I support Duryodhana, I support not Dharmaraj, and it's up to you. Similarly, in Ramayana there are some Tamilians who support Ravan, but they don't support Ram. That's fine. Now what I want to tell is that there is a tendency, because Ramayana is much older, people started worshipping Rama, and I'm not questioning whether you should worship or not, but what I am telling is Ramayana is the history, and Mahabharata is history. You got to differentiate between history and scriptures. Now, coming back to my original point, scriptures are like Vedas, Dharma Shastras, Aranyakas, Brahmanyas, and even Vedantas, Upanishads. They're talking about truth. They're talking about what you're supposed to do and what is illusion, what is the thing. So it is different from the history. You got to remember one thing. Like today, for example, you may support one party, political party, and other political party. It's up to you. But you cannot say I can tell lies and I can steal and I can, take away the property of others. See, what's the difference between you are supporting one party or supporting the justice? So everybody has to support justice. Everybody is supposed to support the scriptures. Now, Indian scriptures may be opposed by Muslims, but they got to remember one thing. The Muslims, they got their own scriptures. If I start opposing their scriptures and if they start opposing our scriptures, will there be any, understanding? Because as long as they're in this country, they have to accept our scriptures. Similarly, when I go to Makkah, I have to follow their scriptures. There's nothing to do with the justice. You're talking about justice is same for all, but scriptures are different. So what I'm telling is, by combining epics and history and scriptures, Westerners, they don't have history, they don't have scriptures, they have only Bible for the Christians, and then Muslims have got what you call as Quran, which is about less than 1,000 or 1,500 years old, whereas we have a history of more than 10,000, 20,000 years. So Ramayana is happened here, and Mahabharata has happened here, and okay, some people may support what you call as Kauravas, some people may support what you call as Pandavas, and Krishna himself said, "I'm fighting along with the Pandavas, but I don't hold the arms or the weapons." But whereas Balrama said, "In my heart of heart, I want to support Kauravas, but I don't want to participate in the war." So this is history. Now, for us, Krishna is a god, and even Balram is also god for us. So what I am telling is that you got to remember between the difference between epics, history, and scriptures. Okay. So I am not saying that if somebody wants to worship Krishna or somebody wants to Rama, they are wrong or anything. You can have a difference. Like Muslims may not worship Ram, but they have to accept the history of India as Ram and Krishna walked on this. This is where the Rama, the Ayodhya temple and Krishna temple, which were, destroyed during the Muslim rule has to be revived. We are talking about. Okay. See, let us not what you call as combine or entangle history with politics. Okay, history is history. India belongs to the Hindus, and the Muslims came and invaded. Can you change the history? Or you want to change that Muslims born here in India? Why unnecessarily you want to make the mistake of combining history with the politics? Okay, if you still want to say I want to make India a Muslim country, yes, you can try, but then you can't say history is wrong, right? Similarly, epic cannot be wrong, and scriptures are different. So now this is the biggest discovery I found today, thanks to Sadhguru. And whoever is opposing Ramayana, Mahabharata in India, especially I'm talking about Hindus, you first accept as them epics and they accept them a history, and then you talk about your own opinion. If you don't want to, somebody like to test in the fire like Ram did, it's your problem or your choice. But you cannot say that is not history, that is not epic. Okay. Now there are some people who don't want you to say anything against Prophet Muhammad, but you still can't say something about against Ram. I mean, what kind of logic is this? You accept that you don't want to say anything against Prophet Ram or Muhammad, but then you want to say anything against Sri Ram? What kind of logic you have? If you are a Hindu, in fact, I hate you for your double standards. So you respect a Muslim when he says don't talk anything against Prophet Muhammad, but then you want to say something against Sri Ram. Why? What kind of logic is this? Similarly, I respect Prophet Muhammad. I respect Jesus Christ, and I respect Sri Ram also, and I respect even Buddha also. Okay, they are our historic figures, and I respect them. Okay, now they are not going to change my way of thinking. At the same time, this epics and scriptures, let us not get confused. And I'm sure this is going to be a very important aspect which educated Indians, they should stop debating on these issues, and they should become wise. And then, and if somebody wants to declare India as a Hindu country, I fully support it. But that is not only based on majority. If 30, 40 Islamic countries are there and then they reported as Islamic country, and you are telling me that India should not be declared as a Hindu country? I mean, what kind of basis you have? Can you go and then tell Saudi Arabia that they should declare as a secular country? You don't have guts. Then why you want to do it here? See, people who are either mistaken or they are using a wrong logic, they are talking about these logics. And I still thank Sadhguru for opening my eyes that we should not talk against the epics and then also the Ramayana and Mahabharata, and that is the Indian law. And if you are, and I don't want anybody to talk against the Bible or Quran also. Okay, thank you very much. And this is what you call as the new platform for debates, where you respect others and you protect your, this thing. If somebody says anything against Sri Ram or Sri Krishna, I'm not going to tolerate. And then, like a Muslim doesn't tolerate about talking against Prophet Muhammad. At the same time, I don't follow Islam. Doesn't mean that I disrespect Prophet Muhammad. Same way, you don't have to follow Hinduism, but you cannot disrespect Sri Ram or Sri Krishna. Jai Sri Ram.